What is a song you thought was innocent as a kid, but later found out it wasn't? Oh God, I used to listen to that when I was young and just now realized what the song is about. I still remember all of the words. How the hell did I not get it? I'll add my country song, Papa Loved Mama by Garth Brooks. It was my fave song as a child, and even though I knew all of the words, I didn't put them together until I was in my 20s. It's about a father who was a trucker and a mother who was cheating on him. Papa came home early, Mama was gone. Papa found Mama in a motel and drove his truck into the motel, killing her. Mama's in the graveyard / Papa's in the pen. It's really catchy though, I still love it. This is a bit off topic, but these lyrics are the reason I started questioning Catholicism. This song was a big hit when I was a teenager. A few classmates decided they were going to sing it at a school music concert, but our Catholic school leadership forced them to change the words, put it on to get it on, for the reason that Catholics didn't support contraception. I realized that this logic was batshit crazy, and if the Spice Girls were smarter than the Catholic clergy, I was going to make my own way in life. I liked the sound of Linkin Park long before I could comprehend the lyrics. When I turned 13 to 14, I began to think about the lyrics and realized I was listening to some edgy stuff. Didn't stop me, and they became one of my favorite bands. The song Breaking the Habit is easily one of the darkest songs they've ever put out, especially considering the extremely personal meaning to the band members. One of the band members, pretty sure it was Mike, wrote the song about a friend who struggled with addiction, and it resonated with Chester so much that it brought him to tears. The music video happens to be made by a famous animator who I look up to, and he also animated the backstory of Oren Ishii in Kill Bill. Ever since Chester's death, I have never been able to listen to that song the same way. I mean, sure, I knew the meaning and felt the emotion behind it, but now that it's literally hearing the voice of someone who needed help and didn't get it, it weighs so heavy, you know? Like a lot of people, LP was really the band that got me into music, and losing Chester was a huge hit to me mentally and emotionally. Nowadays, hearing that song, every line sounds like hearing an old friend's suicide note. Almost all of Depeche Mode's songs are dark like this. They are all about sex, drugs, alcohol, BDSM, politics, and or, mostly, Martin's tortured psyche in relation to one of the above, especially after Vince Clarke left. One of their first big singles, Everything Counts, is about corporate greed and the evils of capitalism, the grabbing hands / grab all they can / all for themselves / after all. Fly on the windscreen equals we could die at any second, let's fuck. Death is everywhere / there are flies on the windscreen / for a start / reminding us / we could be torn apart / tonight / so come here / kiss me / now. People Are People is about racism, and so unsubtle that Martin actually hates the song. And now you're punching and you're kicking and you're shouting at me / I'm relying on your common decency / so far, it hasn't surfaced, but I'm sure it exists / it just take a while to travel from your head to your fists, but it is super catchy. Master and Servant, blatantly about BDSM, but also sexual politics. Blasphemous Rumors / Somebody is about the suicide attempt and death of a 16-year-old girl. The chorus is amazing. I don't want to start / any blasphemous rumors / but I think that God / got a sick sense of humor / and when I die / I expect to find him laughing / Most of their early songs, at least songs, are about Chester's depression. He used it to create some really good music that resonated with people who had similar feelings. It's just horrible that it also led to his death. Crawling, Paper Cut, One Step Closer, By Myself, Forgotten, Pushing Me Away. My count, that's like 50% of hybrid theory, and I'm pretty sure Meteora is more of the same. Listening to their lyrics back, I know it's pretty messed up, but what some people could dismiss as angst for sales in the past took on additional meaning after Chester died. Ride the Lightning by Metallica. My dad was a teenager in the 80s, so of course he still plays a lot of Metallica. He always had some type of Metallica CD playing in the car. My brain never linked that the song is about a guy on death row facing the electric chair for a crime he didn't commit. Guilty as charged, but damn it ain't right, there's someone else controlling me, death in the air, strapped in the electric chair, this can't be happening to me. Who made you God to say, I'll take your life from you? I guess my child brain just never clicked that this is what the song was about. It wasn't until years later, when I was 17 and came across the song again, that I realized what it's actually about. Another song would be Run to the Hills by Iron Maiden. Another song I heard a lot when I was a kid. I just didn't realize the song was telling the story of when Europeans landed in what is now the United States and forced the native people off their land by killing them. Riding through dust clouds and barren waste, galloping hard on the plains, chasing the redskins back to their holes, fighting them at their own game. Murder for freedom, a stab in the back, women and children our cowards attack. Run to the hills, run for your lives. Soldier Blue in the barren wastes, hunting and killing their game. Raping the women and wasting the men, the only good Indians a tame. Selling them whiskey and taking their gold, enslaving the young and destroying the old. Run to the hills, run for your lives. Definitely recommend giving both these songs a listen if you haven't. Just for the record, it seems you still don't completely understand Ride the Lightning. He's not facing the chair for something he didn't do, he's being executed for a crime he did commit. Guilty as charged is commonly used in modern English to mean yes, I did the thing you're accusing me of. It's not a song about the injustice of wrongful conviction, it's about how inhumane the death penalty is as a concept, and that the electric chair is a particularly brutal way to do it. Don't You Want Me, The Human League. While it's incredible catchy, it's really fucked. Even the first verse and pre-chorus give it away. I've heard so many people say it's a love song. It's not. First verse and pre-chorus below. You were working as a waitress in a cocktail bar when I met you. I picked you out, I shook you up and turned you around, turned you into someone new. Now 5 years later on, you've got the world at your feet. Success has been easy for you, but don't forget, it's me that put you where you are now, and I can put you back down too. Don't you want me? You know I can't believe it when I hear that you won't see me. Don't you want me? You know I don't believe you when you say that you don't need me. It's much too late to find you. Think you've changed your mind. You better change it back or we will both be sorry. Edit. For those who don't know, while yes, the song is creepy, the lead singer wrote the song to be intentionally unsettling. It's meant to have people acknowledge how manipulative some relationships are. The lead singer didn't write it after a breakup or anything. He wrote it after. This is absolutely niche, being an Italian song, but Vieniabler in Puglia by Caparezza. Literally it translates to come dance in Apulia, and a lot of tourism groups and such use it there, during summer, being a catchy tune and whatnot. But if you actually listen closely, you'll realize that Biller is actually used in place of Mariah, to die instead of to dance, and the song is a denunciation piece against organized crime, dangerous work conditions, environmental damages, poor living conditions. The story of Billie Jean is that Michael Jackson was just chilling in his house one day when there was a girl outside sitting near the swimming pool, in his backyard. He went out to question her and she said he was the father of one of her twins. Yes, just one. he had her removed from his house thinking she was mentally not okay. A little bit later after that, he'd received letter and stuff from her about how he wants him to come back home to his kid. But then eventually, she sent him a package with a note, a picture of her and the baby, and a loaded gun. She said in the note, roughly, that she wanted him to shoot himself at a specific time, and she would shoot herself and the baby so they could live a happy life in the afterlife. She was sent into a home to be cared for as she was clearly unstable mentally. I actually think she's still alive and doing well now. But that's where the lyrics from Billie Jean come from. Billie Jean is not my lover, she's just a girl who claims that I am the one, but the kid is not my son. Michael also said that some of the more specific lyrics were based on groupies he and his brothers encountered when they were a band, with women saying the exact same thing about his brothers. Go further back and it gets much worse. Young Girl by Gary Puckett and the Union Gap -1968. Chorus: Young girl, get out of my mind, my love for you is way out of line, better run, girl, you're much too young, girl. Verse 1: with all the charms of a woman you've kept the secret of your youth, you led me to believe you're old enough to give me love, and now it hurts to know the truth. Chorus: whoa, oh, oh, young girl, get out of my mind, my love for you is way out of line, better run, girl, you're much too young, girl. Verse 2: beneath your perfume and makeup you're just a baby in disguise, and though you know that it's wrong to be alone with me, that come on look is in. Chorus: whoa, oh, oh, young girl, get out of my mind, my love for you is way out of line, better run, girl, you're much too young, girl. Verse 3: so hurry home to your mama, I'm sure she wonders where you are, get out of here before I have the time to change my mind, cause I'm afraid we'll go too far. Chorus: whoa, oh, oh, young girl, get out of my mind, my love for you is way out of line, better run, girl, you're much too young, girl. Chorus: young girl, get out of my mind, my love for you is way out of line, better run, girl, you're much too young, girl. Outro: young girl, get out of my mind, my love for you. Go further back and it gets much worse. Young Girl by Gary Puckett and the Union Gap -1968. Chorus: young girl, get out of my mind, my love for you is way out of line, better run, girl, you're much too young, girl. Verse 1: with all the charms of a woman you've kept the secret of your youth, you led me to believe you're old enough to give me love, and now it hurts to know the truth. Chorus: whoa, oh, oh, young girl, get out of my mind, my love for you is way out of line, better run, girl, you're much too young, girl. Verse 2: beneath your perfume and makeup you're just a baby in disguise, and though you know that it's wrong to be alone with me, that come on look is in your eye. Hook by Blues Traveler. Haven't seen this one here yet. It's a song just to appease the record company. If the show Seinfeld was a song, there you go. It doesn't matter what I say so long as I sing with inflection that makes you feel I'll convey some inner truth or vast reflection, but I've said nothing so far and I can keep it up for as long as it takes, and it don't matter who you are, if I'm doing my job then it's your resolve that breaks. Because the hook brings you back, I ain't telling you no lie, the hook brings you back, on that you can rely. There is something amiss, I am being insincere, in fact I don't mean any of this, still my confession draws you near to confuse the issue, I refer to familiar heroes from long ago. No matter how much Peter loved her, what made the pen refuse to grow? Suck it in, suck it in, suck it in, if you're Rin Tin Tin or Anne Boleyn, make a desperate move or else you'll win, and then begin to see what you're doing to me. This MTV is not for free, it's so PC, it's killing me so desperately. I sing to thee of love, sure, but also of rage and hate and pain and fear of self, and I can't keep these feelings on the shelf. I've tried, well no, in fact I lied, could be financial suicide, but I've got too much pride inside to hide or slide. I'll do as I'll decide and let it ride until I've died, and only then shall I abide this tide of catchy little tunes, of hip 3-minute ditties. I wanna bust all your balloons, I wanna burn all your cities to the ground. I've found I will not mess around unless I play, then hey I will go on all day. Hear what I say, I have a prayer to pray, that's really all this was. And when I'm feeling stuck and need a buck, I don't rely on luck because the hook brings you back. I ain't telling you no lie, the hook on that you can rely. It's about the Vietnam War, but also generally about any times of crisis, natural disaster, etc. How the worst things humans can do to each other are just a shot away. The real horror story behind Gimme Shelter is the backing vocalist Mary Clayton. She famously sang vocals for this for hours on end. You can hear her voice break from exhaustion on the actual recording. After she finished and went home, she suffered a miscarriage that she attributed to TH. I have a bunch of these because I was fucking oblivious, but my favorite is One Way Ticket by The Darkness. The entire song is about a guy that did way too much cocaine one night. At one point there's a solo on what I think is a sitar, then the singer just screams, "Stick it up your fucking nose." The start of the song is just the noise of someone racking up. Absolutely none of this registered to me as a kid, nor did their video clip for I Believe in a Thing Called Love, where I'm pretty sure a big alien fucks the spaceship they're in. Honestly wild, my parents let me listen to so much of them. I wasn't a kid, but I decided to karaoke Baby Got Back one night, even though I am very white and had never actually heard the song all the way through. Turns out, there's a lot of racial references in it. The kind of racial references where if a white guy were to say those things it would be problematic. Also, the song is even dirtier as you go into it than just the opening verse. And finally, it's a really long song to be up there as a white man trying to muddle through a rap in which you don't know the rhythms to, as well as censoring yourself on the fly because you don't want to end up getting jumped in a back alley later. Hands down most embarrassing experience of my life and one of the stupidest things I've ever done. I'm just glad YouTube and smartphones weren't popular yet at that point, or else my life would have been ruined. Relax by Frankie Goes to Hollywood. As a very young man who had no understanding of sex beyond what I'd seen in a penthouse we'd sneaked from a parent, I had always imagined that the band was at a party, and you had to relax and not be a spaz if you wanted to attend. Bonus coverage: I actually saved up my lunch money to go and buy a Frankie Say Relax shirt, which was all the rage at the time. When I attempted to leave for school wearing it, my mom, who was young and quite hip, stopped me and made me change. I could never find that shirt again. English is my second language, so back when I was 6 to 7 years old we used to have fun hour Fridays at school where the kids could do something fun in front of the whole class. One time I decided to lip sync to a song that I liked, dressed up and everything. Kid after kid did their thing, singing or whatever they did, and when it was my turn I threw in the CD and went off, lip syncing to The Bad Touch by Bloodhound Gang. Now all I knew was that bloodhound was a type of dog, and dogs are neat. In hindsight I kind of understand why the teachers weren't as excited as I. There's this song in Spanish that came out when I was around 7 or 8 called Amigo en el Baño, which translates to friend in the restroom. My mom and I used to jam to that song when I was younger because it was always on the radio. I always thought it referred to an actual friend in the restroom whom the singer was having a blast with while forming a band. There's a part in the song that translates to, "Two batteries have worked better than all your hugs and kisses," but the word used in Spanish for batteries is baterías, which can mean both batteries and drums, as in a drum kit. Well, once I was singing the song at my school and someone came to me and said, "I don't think you know what the song means." They tried to explain, but since I was so innocent, I never understood their explanation. Fast forward a couple of years and I then got the meaning of the song. She was singing about her vibrator. There was this Irish pop band that was popular in the late 90s called The Corrs. My parents would play their albums all the time on our home stereo system. They had a song called Forgiven, Not Forgotten. And me, a young child raised in a Christian household, could only conceive that the song meant God hadn't forgotten us and had forgiven us our sins. Nah. She was singing about how she forgave her ex for what he did to her, but she was never going to forget. They also had several other songs with not so subtle sexual tones.